also post it on the chat. And in the meantime, Dr. Murithi, you can share your contact kindly for anyone who would like to get in touch with you. Okay.
Yeah, shared in the chat box.
All right. Thank you very much. And I wish you all the best in everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, now for our next presenter, I don't know whether he's ready. Yes. Dr. Ali is our next presenter. He's a vet surgeon and also an author. He's going to give us a presentation based on his book, Yes, My Professional Journey, that is Career Motivation in Veterinary Medicine. You can hear me, Dr. Ali. You can unmute yourself.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. Allow me to share my screen.
I hope I'm loud enough.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, can I go ahead?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. I first want to thank Dr. Simon Jenga and the team for allowing me this occasion to speak to my colleagues, veterinary doctors and veterinary paraprofessionals. I find it very important for me to give my background information. I graduated from the University of Nairobi in 1994. After graduation, I practiced veterinary medicine for 3 years with Fazenik Veterinary Clinic at Shanzu, that is in the outskirts of Mombasa. In 1998, I opened my own clinic in Twapa. That is 1998 up to 2014. That's around 17 years of private practice in Twapa mixed practice. In 2015, up to date, I crossed borders to Uganda. I'm currently working with the Madvani Group in Uganda at the Akakira Sugar Limited establishment as the company veterinary doctor. I'm very much pleased to be with you here today. And as I've been introduced, my name is Dr. Ali Sudi Tsanua. Slide 2. Today, the talk that I want to discuss share with you is the talk on career motivation in veterinary medicine practice, finding purpose, building resilience, and thriving in your professional journey. I'm an author. I wrote a book about my professional journey, which actually captures my journey from 1994 up to my current situation. This talk is dedicated to my colleagues, veterinary surgeons, and veterinary paraprofessionals, especially the young ones. It is an honor to be here with you today. Whether you are a veterinary surgeon, a paraprofessional, a recent graduate, an experienced practitioner, you are the backbone of animal health in Kenya and, of course, the entire East African region. Today, I want to share lessons from my journey that spans over 3 decades. My story is not just mine. It reflects the struggles, the triumphs, and resilience of our entire profession of veterinary medicine. I want to take you on a journey of passion, challenges, resilience, and ultimately purpose. By the end of our engagement together, I hope you leave feeling inspired, equipped, and motivated to begin or continue your own professional journey with renewed energy. Please, slide 4. I want to start by asking you a simple but profound question. Why did you choose this profession? The profession of veterinary medicine. Why do most of us choose veterinary medicine, the ones who are in practice currently? If we take a moment, we think about it, if we chose to listen to the various answers, we would get many different of them. However, the bottom line is as follows. Some of us chose this path because of a deep, lifelong love for animals. Others were drawn to the intellectual challenge. The intellectual challenge here means the detective work of diagnosing complex cases. Some of us may have had a defining moment, like I did, where something just clicked. Slide 5, please. Now, research shows that veterinarians are driven by a combination of motivations. There are intrinsic motivations and extrinsic motivations. The intrinsic motivations include the love for learning, the joy of solving challenges, the passion for animals, and the extrinsic motivations will include things like career advancement, financial stability, and the need for recognitions. These are the two set of reasons why most people choose to do veterinary medicine. But here is what I've learned over the last 30 years. The strongest and most universal motivations are the intrinsic ones. These include the love for learning, the joy of solving challenges, and the passion for animals. These are the most important ones. These are the ones that come from within, the ones that keep you going when nights are long, the cases are difficult, and the clients are demanding. Slide 6, please. In 1986, this is my story. In 1996, while I was in my sixth form, I went through the schooling system which used to go up to the sixth form, and studying in a library at Matuga, Kenya School of Government at the coast of Kenya. I looked out of the window and saw a man standing with a cow. His arm was deep inside the animal. He was calm and focused. That moment of curiosity changed everything. I had never even once considered choosing veterinary medicine before this time. But that day, I chose it as one of my career picks. And as they say, the rest is history. Now, that moment taught me three things. First, passion often finds you when you least expect it. Second, curiosity is the seed of a fulfilling career. And third, sometimes the best decisions are made in an instant. Slide 7. Let's look at the evolution of purpose. One thing I've always learned is that your motivation will evolve. What drives you at 25 will not be what drives you at 45. It's important that you embrace that change and own it. In my early years, from 1994 to 1998, I was driven by learning, building skills, and proving myself. I was young, hungry, and eager to show the world what I could do. In my mid-career, that was 1994 to 1998, I was driven by learning, building skills, and proving myself. I was young, hungry, and eager to show the world what I could do. So in my mid-career, 1998 to 2014, my motivation shifted. I was driven by serving my community, building partnerships, growing my practice. And at that time, I'd established myself, and I wanted only to make a lasting impact. Now, from the year 2015 to present, my motivation has been mentorship, legacy, and giving back. I've been blessed with decades of experience, and now I want to share that with the next generation. So if I pose a question, what drives you today, and what might drive you tomorrow? Just remember that these motivations keep on evolving. You could be having a different motivation now, but 2 years from now, 4 years from now, 10 years from now, your motivation will change. But the most important thing is that you own that motivation, and you own it and make sure that it drives you and you do the right things. Slide number 8. Now, the reality check, the challenges we face. We have a number of challenges that we face in veterinary practice. Research confirms that veterinary professionals face critical challenges. These include burnout, long hours, emotional strain, financial pressures, difficult client interaction, and the early career professionals are the most vulnerable. The members of the profession who are much younger, who are starting out in practice, these are most vulnerable. There is something I call the unspoken weight of our profession. One aspect of veterinary practice that most of us endure but rarely discuss openly is the act of euthanasia. The feeling of failure, the frustration, they are always palpable. Professionally, we are expected to conceal all of that and focus on doing what a veterinarian must do. What we need to do is to relay the information, explain disease process, and outline the inevitable outcome, which is euthanasia. But behind that professional exterior, there is a human being, and that human being carries the weight. Imagine a veterinary surgeon in one room attending to a terminally ill dog to be euthanized, with the owner in tow. That means the owner is present. Then he walks to the next room to do a wellness check to a healthy dog brought in by another owner. This rapid oscillation, from the sacred gravity of a farewell to the mundane cheer of wellness, is framed as a profound psychic gear change. While executed with professional precision, the transition is described as deeply mentally exhausting. It highlights the silent, acrobatic, emotional labor vets endure to hold the full spectrum of life and death within the same span of a single breath. Slide number 9, the common challenges that we face. Let me share with you some of the common challenges we all face. These include financial strain. Now, this one is real. Many of you are dealing with student debt, low starting salaries, and the overheads of running a practice for those who are in private practice. There's emotional labor. This is constant. We manage client emotions while suppressing our own. We give comfort while feeling our own grief. Workload is relentless. Long hours, back-to-back appointments, lack of support, and the pressure never seems to let up. This is very common in urban setup, especially in places like Nairobi, Mombasa, Dar es Salaam, Kampala. Now, client expectations can be overwhelming. Entitled clients, unrealistic demands, and in today's world, even cyberbullying. Cyberbullying has become very common. Another one is self-doubt. In a shadow that follows many of us, a lack of confidence, especially in practical skills, can be crippling. So self-confidence is a big problem in practice, especially for young professionals. Work-life balance, it feels like a myth. Disconnecting is difficult because our identity is so much tied to our profession. It's important to practically differentiate between career and family. And for paraveterinary staff, the challenges are often even greater. Lack of recognition, limited career progression, the pressure to deliver services with minimal resources. I have lived all these challenges. Slide 10, please. Experience with challenges. This is my experience with challenges. Let me share a personal story. In 1997, when I opened my first practice in Twapa, I had no car, no kennels, and no guarantee of success. My office was a single room, previously used as a nursery school. I was working 70 to 80% of the time on the move, relying on clients to pick me up and drop me off. Now, colleagues, that was a real challenge. Then came the year 1997, Kabombo clashes. These were the clashes which were politically instigated. My caseload dwindled, tourism vanished, upcountry farmers fled. My daily workload evaporated by more than a half. My newly acquired Motorola T29. You remember 1997, that's when mobile phones had just been introduced in Kenya. T29 was a novelty mobile phone that had just arrived. This phone lay mostly silent in my pocket. This was haunting and very unusual stillness. That was the defining moment. I had a choice, either to give up or adapt. So I chose to adapt. Slide number 11, please. The lessons in resilience. So what lessons can I share with you as far as my challenges are concerned? First, resilience is not a trait you are born with. It is a muscle you build through practice. And second, resilience in veterinary practice requires not just clinical skills, but structural adaptability. The veterinarian who thrives is not necessarily the one with the busiest practice in good times, but the one who has built a practice model that can contract without collapsing, diversify without diluting, and when necessary, be repositioned entirely. Let me give you lived examples. In 1997, when the Kayabombo clashes devastated my practice, I diversified into small animal practice and adapted to the local clientele. That shift kept me afloat. During and after the 2007-2008 post-election violence, my income dropped from 1.2 million Kenya shillings per month to a mere 300,000 Kenya shillings. But I kept all my staff. I refused to let them go. And in 2015, I made the difficult decision to sell my practice and relocate to Uganda. That was not failure. It was a strategic retreat that enabled survival and a new beginning. Now, political instability is not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if, but when. A practice without a contingency plan for such disruptions will be caught flat-footed. Slide number 12. Now, the key resilience lessons here. What are the key resilience lessons that I have learned? First, you must build reserves. You must save during the good years to cushion against inevitable downturns. Second, you must diversify your income. Multiple revenue streams will buffer against collapse. Third, maintain your networks. Professional associations are a lifeline, not optional extras. Fourth, invest in your skills. Continuous learning keeps you relevant and confident. Fifth, you must know when to let go. Sometimes exit is a strategic retreat, not failure. And finally, for the paraprofessional staff, the most important investment you can make is in yourself. Your skills, your knowledge, and your well-being are the foundation of your career. Seek continuing education, specialize, diversify your skills, build your reputation through quality service, and ensure that you document all your achievements. This is important because any potential employer would want to see evidence of your experience. Slide 13. Knowing when to let go is perhaps the hardest lesson. The eventual sale of my practice, after months of negotiations and soul searching, was not a failure. It was a strategic retreat that enabled survival and a new beginning. Slide 14. The power of partnerships. Now let us talk about something that has been central to my success. This is teamwork. While solo practice builds independence, running a clinic with a true team creates a solid foundation for growth. It offers the profound strength of collaboration, a shared mind to brainstorm medical puzzles, and a united front to navigate financial tides. Professional networks are a lifeline. The breakthrough that led to my opportunity in Uganda came through an email platform that was started by a former classmate. So, as a professional, never underestimate the power of your networks. The lessons from partnerships. Slide 15. What have I learned about partnerships? First, clear roles. You must have clear roles in a partnership. Everyone must know their responsibility within the partnership arrangement. Second, there must be mutual respect. This is non-negotiable. Every role must be valued and recognized. Third, there must be open communication. This prevents problems from escalating. And fourth, a shared vision ensures everyone is working toward the same goal. And fifth, continuous learning. This means team grows together. You are not leaving anyone behind. And last, a clear exit strategy. When issues arise, then you should be able to exit without creating problems. Slide 16. I must be honest. Partnerships can be challenging. The most persistent source of tension in my partnerships revolved around supply replenishments and staff salaries. Clear agreements and regular communication could have prevented many of these issues. Number 17, please, slide number 17. Let's look at an issue that is rarely dealt with, especially in East Africa and Kenya, the mental health. This is a hidden crisis. Research confirmed that veterinary professionals, both surgeons and paraprofessionals, are at significantly higher risk of burnout, depression, and suicide than the general population. We face daily exposure to suffering, grief, and difficult decisions. We work long hours with understaffing and emergency calls. We face financial strain, low salaries, and business overheads. We deal with entitled clients, unrealistic expectations, and sometimes cyberbullying. And we experience moral stress when financial limitations dictate care decisions. Emotional and compassion fatigue is a constant companion. Day after day, we confront animal suffering, perform euthanasia, and absorb the grief of devastated owners. The weight of that cumulative sorrow can quietly erode even the most resilient spirit, leaving us emotionally drained and questioning our own purpose. So why does this matter, especially for young professionals? Slide 18. Your mental health is your most important survival strategy in this era of modern burnout. You must master the art of living work at work. You will carry the guilt and the grief. That is inevitable because we always honor what we do. We always own what we do, but do not carry the clock at home. The challenge of disconnecting is real. Veterinary professionals often live and breathe their work. Paraveterinary staff may feel undervalued and overlooked. Self-employed practitioners struggle to set boundaries. Now, those boundaries are very important because you should be able to have a boundary between your work and your family. When you are leaving your work, you must go home and keep yourself busy with your family without being disturbed. But you must find a way. Create a ritual that signals your brain, I'm done for the day. You can change your clothes, scrub your hands, listen to one song on your way home. That small act makes a difference. You need to mentally disconnect yourself from your practice as you leave going home so that you can protect your mental health. Practical well-being strategies. Here are some practical strategies that have helped me and many others. 1. Create a ritual. As I've already said, change your clothes, scrub your hands, and listen to one song on your way home. This signals to your brain that you're done for that day. Build support networks. This includes peer support, mentorship, and professional associations. These ones are not negotiable. You must have them. Seek help early. Professional counseling, coaching, and peer support are available. Kindly use them. Don't ignore them. Set boundaries. Learn to say no without guilt. Slide number 19. Practice self-compassion. You're doing much better than you think. Take breaks. Rest is not a luxury. It is essential. Celebrate successes. Acknowledge the lives you have saved and the impact you have made. Set boundaries without apology. You do not have to save every patient. Care for your well-being. The animals need you well and sound tomorrow. You do not have to save every patient. This means that those associations that you have can help you at 5:30 in the evening when you are leaving work and you have a call of a desperate patient who needs to be attended to. You can have somebody else look into that while you go home. And for paraveterinary staff, remember, you're not alone. Your contributions are valued, and your well-being matters just as much as the animals you care for. Slide 20. Lessons from my professional journey. This is my book. Let me share some lessons from this book I believe that apply to all of us. First, service to animals is actually service to humanity. That is the core of what we do. Our daily struggles, we are actually trying to save the animals and also save humanity. Second, the veterinary degree is merely a license to learn. The real learning happens every day in practice. I'm a live example of this adage. Third, resilience is built through practice, not born. You develop it over time. Fourth, partnerships require clear agreements and shared values. Without this, they can fall apart. Fifth, professional networks are a lifeline. Never underestimate their value. Sixth, diagnostics transform practice from guesswork to precision. You must invest in them. Seventh, mental health is central to professional survival. Protect it fiercely. And eighth, diversify your income and build reserves. Prepare for the unexpected. Ninth, know when to let go. Sometimes it is not failure, it is strategy. And 10th, trust your passion. That gut feeling you have, it is not incompetence, it is passion. Trust it. Now, what would I tell my 25-year-old self? If I go back in time and I was 25 years old again, what advice would I give myself? If I could go back and speak to myself at 20 years old, this is what I would say. Forgiveness and permission to be imperfect are gifts, and they are divine. Do not sweat the need to know everything at once. You do not have to save every patient. Set boundaries without apology. And always remember, you are doing much better than you think. That gut feeling you have, it is not incompetence, it is passion. Trust it. And to the paraveterinary colleagues, I would say this. Your work matters. The animals you care for, the clients you support, the veterinarians you assist, they all depend on you. Never underestimate the value of what you do. Slide number 21. Over the last 25 years, this is the evolution of our profession. Over the last 25 years, our profession has undergone considerable changes in university education and practice regulation. This is mostly for the good of our professional standing. When I began my career in 1994, our veterinary training took only 4 years. We took 4 years in veterinary school. Today, it is 5 years plus 1 year internship. Our veterinary training has also evolved from informal arrangements to formal diploma programs with continuing professional development requirements. Continuing professional development was optional in the 90s. In the 90s, when I started practice, we did not have CPDs. Today, it is mandatory. 20 points for veterinary surgeons and 14 points for paraveterinary staff annually. Regulation has transformed from basic regulation. During our time in 1994, I only had to register to practice. Now it has actually become comprehensive. There is oversight by the Kenya Veterinary Board, the Veterinary Medicine Directorate, and all governed through the Veterinary Surgeons and Veterinary Professional Act of 2010. In practice, most veterinary establishments have their diagnostics advanced from microscopes and clinical signs of the 90s to digital radiology, biochemistry machines, and hormonal assays. Records have moved from paper files to digital systems and data management. So in essence, what I'm saying is that the analog era of the 1980s and 90s has given way to seamless, swift online transactions. The gains are real, worthwhile, but more room for improvement remains. Slide number 22, please. So what does the future hold for our dear profession? Now, the future of veterinary practice in East Africa is not merely promising, it is luminous. Provided that strategic action is taken to consolidate gains, the next generation of veterinary professionals must be equipped not only with clinical acumen, but also with expertise in digital health, data management, entrepreneurship, and public health. We have emerging opportunities. This include One Health integration with public health, specialized companion animal practice, livestock sector growth and food security, cross-border collaboration, harmonization. This is slide number 23. Slide number 23. Let's go to slide number 24. Closing remarks. So to the young person in rural village who dreams of becoming a veterinary professional, but wonders if they belong, you belong. To the professional who is struggling and wondering if they can continue, you can. To the animal lover who wants to understand what happens behind clinic doors, kindly read the book, My Professional Journey. I leave you with 3 keys to thriving career. First, stay curious. Never stop learning. The profession is always evolving, and so should you. Second, build a community. You cannot do it alone. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Third, protect your well-being. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself. You can take care of others. If you're not healthy, then you won't be able to continue practice. So take care of your health, especially your mental health. Many people will let you into their most raw, honest inner being, while they hold their dear pet through its final breath. That trust is something no paycheck can ever match. It is a privilege that must be carried gently and never be forgotten. Thank you so much for listening to me. My name is Dr. Ali Suditsano. I'm ready to answer any questions you might be having. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ali. I appreciate your willingness to share your personal journey, and thank you for including the challenges that you overcome and the lessons that you have learned throughout your career.
Thank you so much, and most welcome. Yep.
Yes, let me see if we have questions. Kindly, if you have any question or would like to comment, Doctor, kindly unmute yourself. If you have any questions, kindly unmute yourself.
Oh, so I was not audible.
So, yes, I see. Okay, someone is asking the next green area for veterinarians. Doing job. Also, Doctor, can you be able to share the cover of your book? The cover, the front cover, is it possible?
Yes, I can share that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stella Mwangi says, such a good presentation, Doctor. Also, someone is asking about the cost of the book. Dr. Ali?
Yeah, I'm just noting down the questions, then I can answer them.
Someone is asking about the cost of the book.
Yeah, the book is 900 Kenya shillings. So can I go ahead?
That's 1.2 million per month. Okay, all right. Go on.
So there are some questions. You say that somebody is asking for the next professional avenue for veterinary doctors.
Yes.
Yeah, for veterinary doctors, especially those ones in small animal practice, I think companion animal practice is expanding so much, especially in our urban areas. There is a lot of owners, a lot of urban individuals are owning small animals. So that area is really opening up in East Africa, in Dar es Salaam, Kampala, and Nairobi, and Mombasa. So that's a very important area, as long as you keep in mind all what I've already discussed there. So I think that's an area that a veterinary doctor a young veterinary doctor who is coming out of university can actually leverage on.
All right, thank you. I don't know whether can you be able to share the cover now, or I can share it after? You can send it to me, I can share it later on, if that's possible. If it's not possible for you to share now.
Yeah, it's not possible for me to share now, but I can share it. It's on another phone, which I don't have it here.
It's okay. You can send it to me. I'll share it later on.
No problem.
But we also want to commend you for authoring that book, for sharing your experiences, and I'm sure it will continue to motivate the current and future generations. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for listening to me and according me this opportunity.
All right, you're very welcome.